Tina Meeks. I've known Tina for many years now, and what I want you to know, Miss Tina, you always sing from your soul to the souls of each one of us here where we just go, I'm all in. I am all in. So thank you. You are a true gift to us today. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. There's nothing like music when you go, yeah, I want to get up and dance. I don't know if I can, but maybe the next song. Not too long ago, I was asked, what are your favorite unity teachings to teach? And of course, it changes all the time. But here are my top 4. I love teaching about the law of attraction and how quantum physics I can read about that 24 hours a day. It never stops. I love that subject. I love the subject of trusting God, trusting that the universe has ingenious ways and means of taking care of each one of us. I love the subject of gratitude. I love practicing gratitude. I love how gratitude can shift every single thing in the most miraculous ways. And my 4th subject, that I love to teach because I'm so very fascinated by it, and that is money. Love to teach about money. Now, I don't know if you've ever noticed that ministers usually don't like to talk about money, and there's a reason for that. Because when ministers talk about money, the congregation kind of stiffens up, and there's this underlying thought of, okay, here comes the commercial. Whenever a minister or representative from the church introduces the subject of money, it usually leads to a lecture of giving more. But you may rest assured, my friends, because you can just shake that thought off, because I'm not going to ask you for money. Except when we take the offering, of course, but that's just part of but I'm not going to ask you for money. However, during this time together, I do want to talk about the spiritual aspects of money. So I think, first of all, we must get one thing clear, and that is that nowhere in the Bible does it say that money is the root of all evil. It doesn't say that. That is probably one of the most distorted statements in the Bible. The word that is usually distorted comes from Paul's statement where it says the love of money is the root of all evil. In other words, this is talking about an attitude. It's not talking about money. The fact that we make money, that we make money, not God, our object of worship, right? So there is an attitude where we forget who the source is, where we forget where the abundance of money is coming from, and that's God. So the problem is not money. Money is innocent. The problem is how we think about it. It is rather interesting to me that money is one area of life in which we are involved with constantly. We deal with it just about every single day, right? And yet, for some reason, we think that it's sort of unspiritual somehow to talk about. And what I want to do here today is to try to get some right thinking about money and to erase the unconscious stigma that we may have around it. Now, before we get going, whenever I get together with other ministers, we compare notes. I don't know if you know this. We gossip about other congregations and such, but what works, what doesn't work. And what we find interesting is that whenever the subject of money is presented, some people get very, very sleepy. And heads start to nod. And if that happens to you, hang in there. It just means that there might be some perceptions about money that need shifting. So if you see your neighbor starting to nod off, you just go, hey, shh, wake up. Just be aware, because this could be your defining moment, and it could be the moment to change how you are in relationship with your money. Now, in unity, We want you to have a prosperous life. In fact, that should be our motto. Unity, a way of being to live your most prosperous life. And as you know, when we talk about prosperity in unity, we're talking about being healthy in mind, being healthy in body, being healthy in spirit. We're talking about having happy, peaceful, loving relationships. We're talking about being happy. We're talking about manifesting goodness and success. And yes, we are talking about an abundance of money. We want you to be happy and prosperous in every area of your life. And that's why it's so much fun to come together on Sundays, is because when you've got a bunch of happy, prosperous people in every part of their life, it is fun to be around, right? However, perhaps no single cause has been blamed for more stress than money. The lack of money, the handling of large amounts of money, the striving to acquire more money, the quandaries that arise from decisions on spending money, squabbles over finances backed up by fear, criticism, and blame have wrecked more friendships, more families, and more marriages. So money in excess, not enough, or even a comfortable amount, will not release anyone from stress. But there is one way in which the tension can be adjusted, and that is by putting money in its proper perspective. Money is not to be worshiped, neither is it to be feared. I love Mae West's perspective when she says, "I have been poor and I have been rich, and rich is better." Right? I know that for myself, being rich is better. How many of you have ever had a health issue and didn't have the finances to receive good quality health therapies? Rich is better. Rich allows you to have more choices. How many of you have been burnt out and just wanted some time off to take a vacation but didn't have the finances to go? Rich is better. When you have money, you have more choices, you have more freedom. You are free and unlimited. Throughout the years, I have discovered some very interesting psychological reasons as to why people have money difficulty. They are referred to as your financial psychology, which is your attitude toward money. To determine your financial psychology, just ask yourself, what is my attitude toward money? Is there enough money? Is it evil? Does money come in and then immediately go out? Does money bring you a whole set of problems, maybe with friends and family? The average person may ask, well, what does that have to do with the fact that I need more money to pay the necessities in my life? But let me tell you, your attitude toward money has everything to do with your experience of money. Your attitude toward money will either draw money to you or it will repel money from you. For some reason, money can conjure feelings of fear, of anxiety, or even disgust or loathing around people that are extremely wealthy. If you don't consider yourself wealthy, what are your thoughts around those who are extremely wealthy? It's always a good thing to contemplate, right? Be aware, because if you attain a negative attitude toward money or people that have an abundance of money, it may just be closing the doors for money to come rushing through for you. However, those who have a positive mindset believe that the world has lots of money to share and to spare. People with a positive mindset are happy when their friends make a lot of money and have great success, because that means that's possible for them as well. You can't see in others what you don't also have in yourself. So celebrate it. If you see someone with tons of money, it just means, wow, that's possible for me too. And then these people that have a positive mindset around money, they tend to attract more opportunities for money to come through. So yes, your attitude toward money will draw money to you or repel money from you. And how can I say that? because we teach that everything begins in the mind. It is law of attraction. It is quantum physics at work. Money is like anything else. It is a vibratory frequency. So let's do a little experiment, shall we? In my wonderful pocket here, I have a dollar bill. And if we take a look at this dollar bill from an objective point of view, like you're just looking at it from up here, right? We look at it from a witnessing point of view, and we can see money for just what it is. Money, from up here, is just an invention, a specifically human invention. And it is a total fabrication of our genius. We made it up, we manufacture it. Now, rather than relating to money as a tool, we have come to relate to money as to whatever perceptions we have placed upon it. Is it evil? Is it great? Is it complicated? Is it wonderful? This stuff called money, which is, by the way, it has no more inherent power than a box of Kleenex. It has become the single most controlling force in our lives. You see, money only has the power that you assign it. And we have assigned it immense power. We hear about it all the time, don't we? Human beings have done and will do terrible things in the name of money. But remember, it's just a piece of paper. They have killed for it. They have lied for it. Some people have become underhanded for it. They have hoarded it in greed. They have enslaved themselves in unhappy lives in pursuit of it. You see, it is only an idea, a piece of paper, that we have assigned our belief systems to. So the problem is not money. Money is innocent. The problem is how we think about it. The best advice that I have ever received was not to believe everything I think. That perceptions aren't facts. Don't believe everything that you think. Perceptions are not facts. Your perceptions about money are not facts. So let's just take that as an affirmation for a moment. My perceptions about money are not facts. Together, my perceptions about money are not facts. Good job. And that is why I am absolutely fascinated when some say that it is not spiritual to talk about money in church. They are connecting to a perception that they think is a fact. Therefore, the question is, how can money, at one time and the same, be a very important necessity of life and yet a handicap to our spiritual lives? How can money be sinful or evil when no one, not even religious organizations, can get along without it? Even religious leaders, mystics, sages, gurus have to pay bills, right? So for years, religious and spiritual leaders would not talk about money. The unity philosophy would talk about money. Even our co-founders, Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, would talk about money. But it wasn't until a very popular individual in the 1970s, when a New Thought African-American minister made it his whole mission to preach about money. He broke the barriers. Some of you know who I'm talking about. And it wasn't without great reprimand. And his name was Reverend Ike. Love Reverend Ike. Oh, I love him, love him, love him. Also known to millions as the success and prosperity preacher. How many of you remember Reverend Ike? Oh, good, I catch him on YouTube. He is amazing. And Reverend Ike dared to go where most theologians in the Bible, where in the Bible would teach about prosperity and money. And he dared to go where teachers and preachers would not go. He had the nerve to teach about prosperity now. He became a spiritual advisor to millions of people in this country, and he would say the most outrageous things, but they were the truth. He spoke the truth. So let me give you a couple of his teachings that will turn your money psychology around. And this took great courage for him to come out and say. He said, learn to deal with money as a psychological entity. Deal with money as a personality. So let's create a little foundation for that statement, shall we? Did you know that every time you open your mouth, you paint a living picture to others of your present state of consciousness? It's true. People who complain or put themselves down or constantly talk about how poor they are, or even engage in conversations of a destitute lifestyle, speaks volumes of one's present state of consciousness in their lives. On the other hand, people who always speak good about their lives are in a constant state of gratitude and speak highly of others, who declare all the positives in their lives and who are just grateful, again, speaks volumes of one's present state of consciousness. And keep in mind, people are attracted to you by your words more than anything else. Or they are repelled by your words more than anything else. Would you not agree? Yeah, absolutely. Words carry their own power, and they are a vital part of your electromagnetic field. You put out energy, and you attract the same type of energy back to you. In Isaiah 55:11, it says, my word shall not return to me void, but shall accomplish there whereunto it is sent. And why is that? As we know, the universe and everything that exists is in motion, constant motion. Everything is energy. Therefore, the spoken word is a vibrating vehicle of energy that can be sensed immediately. We know this. We know that the words that you choose to use either raises or lowers your vibrational frequency. So how does this relate to money? Money can hear you. It has ears. Bottom line. So in the words of Reverend Ike, it says, from this moment forward, I want you to start thinking of money as a persona. He says, think of money as an intuitive energy. Not only that, think of money as being very aware. Money knows what you are saying about it within yourself. Money reacts to what you think about it and what you say about it. And money will not tolerate any critical talk about it. And he's right about that. I want you to think about it for a moment. If someone is talking badly about you, if someone is saying that you're evil, that you're dirty, that you're corrupt, and you feel that energy, you don't want to hang out with them, right? You don't want anything to do with that person. And you will stay away from that person. And so it is with money. Money hears what you think about, and money hears what you say about it. Remember, all money is a form of energy that we either repel or attract to us. Talk money to you, not away from you. And I get it. There are times when you may not have enough money in your bank account, and you will be tempted to say, I can't afford that. And you will acknowledge the reality of that situation, but not its permanence. Do you see the difference? You can acknowledge the reality, but not the permanence of it. Don't get stuck in it being a permanent situation. You see, you cannot talk lack and expect to have abundance. It doesn't work that way. Everything's energy. In the Bible, it says, you will eat the fruit of your words. You will eat the fruit of your words. You've got to send your words out in the direction that you want your life to go. So it is imperative that you have a positive attitude of money. Appreciate it, bless it, and keep open to its flow. One of the things I say every morning is that how much I appreciate what money does on this planet. Money does a lot of good on this planet, and money does a lot of good in my life. And if I just acknowledge and appreciate how money works in wondrous ways, then I know I'm talking money right into my life. Even when you touch your money, what are your thoughts? Is it dirty? Is there not enough? Is there guilt? Or do you love it? Are you happy and grateful to have it? Charles Fillmore, our co-founder of Unity, gives some important thoughts about handling money positively. He says this: watch your thoughts and your words when you're handling your money, because your money is attached through your mind to the one source of all substance. When you think of your money, which is visible, as something directly attached to the invisible source, universal power, which is giving or withholding according to your thought, then you have the key to all riches and all lack. So notice what your thoughts are when you handle your money. Cease giving money the thoughts and words of lack. Should you start to want to complain about a big bill? I don't know if you've ever had that before, but sometimes around tax season that can happen. Or you just look at how much money you might owe. Just stop yourself in mid-sentence and instead speak words of appreciation. Thank God for all the money you've received in the past. Thank God for the money that's in the future. Thank God for the money you might even have now. Remember, God is not poor. God is not poor. God is unlimited good. And you are made in the image and likeness of God. So if you're still on the fence about taking the 4T's prosperity class, had to get that in. This is part of what we're going to be doing. We're going to be changing our money psychology, but also our health psychology, our relationship psychology. Here in Unity, we want you. We so want this for you. We want you to be prosperous. We want you to be happy in every area of your life. So right now, what we're going to be doing, I just want you to just close your eyes for a minute. We're going to heighten the frequency around money right now. And just know these truths with me. And let these words be your own words. I am made in the image and likeness of a loving God with infinite possibilities and abundance of good. That is who you are. You are pure God. You are pure God in an earth suit. You are made in the image and likeness of a loving God with an abundance of good. Take a moment to feel a time when you felt you're most prosperous. You had money in the bank. Money just kept flowing to you through maybe jobs or an inheritance or people just wanting to give to you. And just say these words to yourself. I love feeling as if I have plenty of money. I choose to feel good about money right now. Remember, money is just God energy. It's just a piece of paper. So whatever perceptions might be coming up for you right now, just give them over to God. God wants you to be prosperous and happy. I give myself permission to be as rich as I want. And then just allow yourself to feel that abundance, because right now we know there are no limits except that which we allow. And just remember, throughout your lifetime, You have always been provided for. Since you were a baby, money was spent on you. In fact, probably millions of dollars was spent on you for your upkeep, for your schooling, for the food that you ate. Take a moment, give thanks for all the money that was spent on just you. And just know right now, as you are in this place of gratitude, financial resources are lining up for you right now. Because you're always taken care of. God loves you and cares for you so completely. You are always taken care of. So just give thanks for the financial resources that are lining up for you even in the future. And if you are feeling really prosperous here today, if you're feeling like, anything's possible, I'm made in the image and likeness of God, God is not poor, God is rich. If you're feeling that, if really getting that, extend that out to each person here. And so, dear God, we give thanks. We give thanks that you are constantly giving to us, and we are open and receptive to receive. And so it is. Amen.